Knicks, Pistons, round one of the Eastern Conference playoffs. We got a preview coming up, and I got a prediction of what I think is going to happen. But first, if you want the Knicks to beat the Pistons in round one so they can advance to round two for the third season in a row, do your part. Go down right now and hit that thumbs up icon. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. It's my favorite time of the year. Playoff basketball, and it's always better when the New York Knicks are there. At the time of recording this video, we do not yet know what the schedule is going to look like and when the Knicks are going to play on what days, but we do know that Game 1 will either be Saturday or Sunday of this upcoming weekend. That game will be at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks and the Pistons, they've matched up 4 times this year. Unfortunately, the Pistons have gotten the better of our Knicks. They are 3-1 against New York, but Las Vegas thinks the Knicks are going to win this series. They have them at minus 425 to win the series, heading in as big-time favorites. We know the Knicks are not playing their best basketball right now, but they are healthy, they are rested, and the odds makers and the people that know best, they have the Knicks winning this series. Plus 275 to win in 5 games. Plus 380 to win in 6 games. And plus 400 to win in a Game 7, while plus 400 to sweep them. If the Pistons are going to sweep the Knicks, that will be plus 3,000. If they win in 5, the Pistons, that'd be plus 1,800. Pistons in 6 would be plus 900. And the Pistons winning in a Game 7 at Madison Square Garden is plus 1,000. So what does that all mean? Las Vegas expects the New York Knicks to win this series and win it pretty easily. Before we could talk about the games that are coming up, I think we have to talk about the games that already took place going back to the regular season, where the New York Knicks got the win against the Pistons back on November 1st, where they won 128-98. Let's take a look at the box score in that game, and the first thing that jumps off the page to me is how good Jalen Brunson was in that game. 36 points for Brunson on 22 shots, shot 63% from the field, but he was awesome from downtown, 6 of 8. The entire New York Knicks team was on fire from 3, 18 of 38 from there, shooting 47% from beyond the arc, and they got to the magic number of 30-plus assists, getting 31 assists in that game. When they reached that number, they are one of the best teams in the NBA. They also had 12 offensive rebounds, and I thought that played a major part in this game. You look at the Pistons box score from that ball game, and the Knicks just kind of beat them up, and they kind of beat them up at their own game. They almost doubled them up on offensive rebounds, and the New York Knicks, they out-rebounded the Detroit Pistons in that ball game. 45 rebounds for the Knicks, whereas just 38 rebounds for Detroit. Also, Detroit only shot 11 of 34 from downtown, just 32%. So you beat them on the boards, and you beat them from downtown. And if you do that in the playoffs, you're going to win this season very easily. Win the series very easily. Unfortunately, the Knicks did not win another game against the Pistons in the regular season. Their next matchup was December 7th, where the Pistons ended up winning that ball game 120-111. 120-111 when Knicks didn't score 11 points. That would have been embarrassing. But 120-111. And the New York Knicks in that game kind of just got lit up from downtown. And you're going to see kind of a similar thing of this, where when the Knicks lose to the Pistons, they just get shot out of the gym. And also Cade Cunningham does what he did. 29 points for Cunningham in that ball game. He was awesome for Detroit, shooting better than 52% from the field and better than 62% from downtown. But it was Malik Beasley off the bench with 23 huge points that really helped them and carried them to a win. He shot 7 of 10 from deep, 70%, and it was the entire Pistons team that could not miss from 3. They shot in total 18 of 36 from downtown. If the Knicks are going to let the Pistons shoot better than 50% in any game this series, they are not going to win the series. And in this game, the Pistons, they had 43 rebounds compared to the New York Knicks having just 31 rebounds. So they got outshot from three, and they got out-rebounded as well. That is a recipe for a loss in the playoffs versus Detroit. I do like that even though they did lose, Jalen Brunson had a solid game, and I don't really think there's a player on the Pistons that gives Brunson a lot of problems. Maybe they'll put a Sore Thompson on him, and that length and athleticism disrupts him. But 31 points for Brunson, 10 assists, did have 5 turnovers. I want to cut down on that. But the Knicks didn't shoot the ball well as a team, 32% from three, and they weren't efficient or effective on the offensive glass, only 4 offensive rebounds. The Knicks, once again, did lose on January 13th to the Detroit Pistons, 124-119. And this was a ball game that I know a lot of people were upset with. And this is a game that came down to the wire where, quite frankly, I thought the New York Knicks choked. And Cade Cunningham looked like the best player on the floor. 36 points for Cunningham in that ball game. 51% from the field, 50% from downtown. And he did as a scorer, only 4 assists in that game. But once again, the Knicks unable to defend the three-point line. Detroit shot 44% from deep, 15 of 34 from that area, and they had 39 rebounds. The Knicks, they did win that rebounding battle, but when the Pistons shoot 15 of 34 from three, and you actually shoot 15 of 37, and you still lose, and you win the rebounding battle, that's a little bit concerning from me. When I look at this box score, something that stands out to me, though, 13 turnovers for Detroit compared to 18 turnovers for the Knicks. So you beat them in the rebounding battle, just about the same from downtown, but it came down to taking care of the basketball. They did not do that. Way too many turnovers. 18 turnovers? Yeah, you're going to lose every single time. And most recently, the Knicks lost on April 10th, which we all remember very vividly. Not a game that, I think there's anything like to be concerned about, but just a game that was like, man, the Knicks got to find a way to beat this team, and they couldn't. I felt like the Knicks played a little bit soft, a little bit of bully ball from the Detroit Pistons, and you can kind of see that in the box score as well. Detroit ends up with 35 rebounds in that ball game to the Knicks 34, but it just felt like overall they were taking it to the paint. Jalen Brunson, 15 points, only played 29 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns, only 29 minutes as well. The Pistons only shot 36% from downtown compared to the Knicks shooting 32% from three. So, look, a lot of people thought the Knicks were trying to lose that game on purpose, whatever you want to say. They didn't find a way to win, and they weren't able to find a way to win all that often as they lost the season series 3-1. But like Tom Thibodeau said following Game 82, the Knicks have earned the right to enter the playoffs as the number 3 seed. And now the records are 0-0. And the only thing that matters now is who can get to 4 wins first. And we're going to be here live on the channel for every single game. Join us as we have play-by-play, an hour-long pregame show, and post-game shows for every single playoff games with videos on the channel every single day. So sub for Knicks dubs. Sub for Knicks dubs. We need it. We need a lot of dubs, hopefully 16 of them. All righty, my 5 keys to victory if the Knicks want to move on from round 1 and defeat the Detroit Pistons. Number 1, don't let Cade Cunningham have his moment. He already sat down with Shams Charania, and ESPN is trying to find their next star in this league, and Cade Cunningham has an opportunity to do so. His first time in the playoffs on the biggest stage in sports, playing against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden as the underdogs. Cade has a chance here to put the entire association on notice and say, I'm here, I'm one of the best, and beating the Knicks as a 6th seed was my first step into becoming a superstar into this league. The Knicks have not had success playing against Cade this year. In the 4 games that the Knicks played against the Pistons, Cade Cunningham averaged 30.8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 8.3 assists to just 2.5 turnovers. And he was awesome when it comes to efficiency, 56.3% from the field and 52% from downtown. He went 13 of 25 from 3 versus the Knicks in 4 ball games. And as good as Cade Cunningham is, he is not a lights out three-point shooter. 35.6% from three over a 70-game regular season. He almost upped his three-point percentage by 20 percentage points. Something that also stands out to me is 4.4 turnovers in the entire regular season per game, only 2.5 against the Knicks. The Knicks have to up the ball pressure and make life for Cade Cunningham difficult. And they got two guys that should probably help them do that. Cade this year, when guarded by Mikal Bridges, didn't really play all that well. He was efficient with the basketball in the sense of 12 assists to 2 turnovers. That's a really good assist-turnover ratio. And he shot the three ball well, 3 for 5 from deep when Bridges was in his hip pocket. But Cade Cunningham shot 38.1% from the field when he was guarded by Bridges. Wow, just 19 points on 21 shots, and he guarded him for about 106.7 possessions over the 4 ball games. I think Mikal did a good job on him, and even though the stats from the regular season say that Bridges did a better job on Cunningham than OG Anunoby, I still want OG guarding Cade, despite Cade going 7 of 11 when defended by OG and shooting 63.6% from the field and shooting 40% from 3 and having an assist-turnover ratio of 4-to-1 and doing it in just 33.9 possessions. I want to see OG Anunoby on Cade, but I also want to see Mikal Bridges on Cade, and I want to see the entire Knicks defense, all 10 eyes, looking at him and make someone else beat you. It's going to take everyone to slow Cade Cunningham down. He is a budding superstar in this league. Former number 1 overall pick. He's got confidence. He's got juice. And he knows that this is his moment to show the world who Cade Cunningham is. Don't let it happen. Don't let this be the moment that he can trampoline his stardom to as a professional hooper. He's a damn good player. But the Knicks gave up a lot for Bridges, and they pay OG a lot. You need those two guys to be able to slow him down. And you need the three-point defense to be much better. We did 60 games on the channel this year. I watched every single game, even when we didn't go live. And I think anyone that's watched more than 10 Knicks games knows that if the Knicks lose, it's most likely because they got lit up from downtown. And that's how the Detroit Pistons ended up 3-1 against our New York Knicks this year. The Pistons shot 41.3% from 3 against the Knicks. I don't care who you have on your team. I don't care who's coaching your team. If you allow a team to shoot 41% from 3, you are shrinking the chances and shrinking the probability you have to win a basketball game. Like, the Knicks were bad on the perimeter from 3 this year. They were ranked 25th, so bottom 6, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, bottom 6 in the NBA. But they only allowed teams over an 82-game sample size to shoot 36.7% from 3. The Pistons shot 41%. You cannot let the Pistons shoot 41% in the playoffs, or it's going to be a very short playoffs for the Knicks. And they've got shooters, and they've got scorers. And there's more people on this team besides Cunningham, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Tobias Harris that could shoot the pill. You're going to see other people play that could do it. Fontecchio will get out there. You'll see maybe Sasser play a little bit. Like, they have a lot of guys that can get it done. And they shoot a lot of threes. Malik Beasley shoots 9+ a game. Tim Hardaway shoots 6+ a game. We know all about Tim Hardaway and his ability to catch fire in the garden. He's looking to say, I gotcha, against the Knicks. Malik Beasley's having a great year. Tobias Harris is known as a playoff shrinker, but he's also a professional scorer that's made over $200 million in his NBA career. The Pistons are young. The Pistons are hungry. They know what's at stake. The Knicks need to defend home court. And they got to show these young pups they're still a little wet behind the ears, and the New York Knicks are the veterans with the better team, the better roster, and the better coaching staff, and more experience. I got more keys to victory coming up in a second if the Knicks want to get to round 2. But first, I got to give a major shout-out to our sponsor, Game Time. And if you want to go to Game 1, Game 2, hopefully there's no Game 5 and Knicks sweep them, you can get your tickets, the best tickets, for the Knicks playoff run with Game Time. So download the app, create an account, and use that promo code CHATSPORTS, CHATSPORTS, and get $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Look, I've already looked to see how expensive the tickets are going to be for MSG, and they're expensive. So you're going to want to save $20 and use our promo code to do so. Chat Sports, ChatSports. You're going to get the best tickets for the lowest prices guaranteed with Game Time. And as you could see, they're pretty expensive. And the Detroit Pistons have already come out with a statement, we're not going to be selling tickets to anyone that's outside the Detroit area. Okay, we'll see how that works. Get your tickets to Game 1 and Game 2, and if you can find a way to get a Detroit area code, you might want to get them for the games in Detroit because they're going to be a heck of a lot cheaper. Knicks games, Yankees games, concerts, theater events, Giants, Jets, Mets, Rangers, Islanders. You can get all your ticketing needs with Game Time. So download the app, create an account, and use that promo code ChatSports. That's ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase with terms to apply. What time is it? It's Game Time. Support the show. Sports sponsor. Be a real one. A lot of talk about the Detroit Pistons being feisty and physical and junkyard dogs, and they look all like those big bad boy Pistons from back in the day. I don't care about Isaiah Stewart. Be the tone setters. Don't let them set the tone. Don't let them dictate how physical we play. Be the tone and physicality setting team. You're the better team. You're the team that is supposed to win this series. And I'm expecting a big series from Mitchell Robinson. We might see some games where Mitchell Robinson closes the fourth quarter over a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, whereas if the Knicks are up by 8 in the final 3 minutes, you get Mitch out there to be that rim protector and be the guy that creates offensive possessions, extra offensive possessions due to his offensive rebounding ability. Tom Thibodeau said there is no minute restriction for Mitchell Robinson anymore, and there's no back-to-back in the playoffs. I expect for Mitchie to play at a similar level to what we saw against the Cleveland Cavaliers back in the 2023 playoffs. I know Jalen Duren's a young and upcoming guy. Mitchell Robinson should not get pushed around by him. And Karl Anthony Towns. There's a lot of narratives out there about you. But the awesome thing about playing for a New York team and heading into a playoff series is you get to control your narratives. You get to change the way people think about you. If Karl Anthony Towns goes out there and plays lights-out hoops and the Knicks dominate this series, and he doesn't look soft, and he's pushing around Jalen Duren, and if Isaiah Stewart gets on him, he's able to score on him and take him to the rim and bump him around, we're going to be talking about Karl Anthony Towns being the real junkyard dog and pushing people around and being tough and being physical and being a tone setter. Karl Anthony Towns, I know you went to the conference final in Minnesota. No one gives a shit about that. It's a different thing when you're doing it for the New York Knicks and you're doing it at the world's most famous arena. Play your best ball you've ever played in a playoff series. There's going to be a lot more 32s in the Garden chanting cat as the clock gets close to 0. And Josh Hart, you got to show up, man. You got to do what you did in the playoffs last year, where you legitimately looked like a top 30 player in the NBA. 14.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, shooting great from downtown, playing 60 minutes in games when it goes to the overtime and things of that sort. I need Hart, I need Robinson, and I need Towns to set the tone. Be physical and don't get pushed around. It starts with you three. And Mikal Bridges, now's the time. Now's the time to step up, Bridges. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but the control of 6 first-round picks were given up for Mikal Bridges. And it's not to win games in February or November or January or December. It's to win games in April and to win games in May and hopefully win games in June. The Detroit Pistons are not going to is the wrong phrase. They are going to do everything they can to not let Jalen Brunson beat them. They are going to blitz Jalen Brunson. They are going to double team him. They are going to force the ball out of his hands. And the Knicks need someone else to be able to take the ball out of Brunson's hands and be an effective playmaker, be an effective scorer, be someone that they can rely on. This is one of the biggest differences in stats I've ever seen. In wins, Mikal Bridges plays like an all-star. 19 points per game, 4 assists, 15 shots per night, over 52% for the field and over 39% from 3. That is the player all Knicks fans thought they were getting when they made that trade. But when the Knicks lose, he plays terrible. Like, terrible. 15.5 points per game. Nearly 2 less shots per night. 46% from the field compared to 52. And 28% from 3 compared to 39. Like we talked about with Cat, Bridges, you got a chance to rewrite and create a narrative about yourself. The Pistons will try everything they can to not let Jalen Brunson go off. They're going to double team him. They're going to match up on him. They're going to do everything they can to get the ball out of his hands and attack him on defense, get him in foul trouble and all of that. Can Mikal Bridges be that second ball handling scoring option that the Knicks can lean on when they do that? Because if Malik Beasley is guarding you, Mikal Bridges, cook his ass. Come on, man. We need you. We all believe in you. And we all need you. And as always, when the Knicks get to the playoffs, most important thing, how great can Jalen Brunson be? Because Jalen Brunson is not just the engine to this team. He's also the gas that goes into the gas tank. He's the heart. He's the face. And he is the life of the New York Knicks. And if the Knicks are going to do the things that we want them to do, Jalen Brunson has to be the best player in every series. Jalen Brunson has to play his best basketball of his career, like he did against Philadelphia 76ers when he averaged 35 and 9 assists and 42% from the field. And like he was really good against the Pacers, averaging 30 and 6 assists. One thing I want to see Jalen Brunson be better at in the playoffs is shooting the ball from three. We've gone through 4 playoff series with Jalen Brunson. He has not shot the ball well from three in any of those series. 30% against Philly and 31% against Indiana. The Knicks need Jalen Brunson to hit his threes to win this series. And they need him to be special, and they need him to be great. Can he do it again? Can you answer that phone one more time? How many more clutch buckets does he have to give? Because he was the Knicks' clutch time offense this year. And the Knicks go as he goes. They need him to be special. And if Cade Cunningham is guarding you, Jalen Brunson, get his ass in foul trouble. And if you're guarding him, give it everything you got. I thought Brunson's defense down the stretch of the season, albeit following the ankle injury, wasn't very good. Get that ankle right. Do whatever you have to do. And I need you to compete harder on defense. I know you're limited, but I know you also give it your all. Take a couple charges. Get the job done. And Jalen, all I say is this. Trust the pass. Trust the pass. And Josh Hart, when you get that pass, you got to make it. You did it in Philly. You did it versus Philly in round 1. You cooked them. When Josh Hart makes threes, the Knicks win. When Josh Hart does not make threes, they do not win. In wins this year, Josh Hart is shooting 36.7% from three. In losses, that he shoots 28.4% from three. The Pistons are not going to guard you, Josh Hart. The Pistons are actually, the guy that's guarding you is just going to be keeping an eye on Brunson. If you can come out and hit shots, and you can keep this defense honest and balanced, you're going to make life easier for Jalen Brunson. I think Josh Hart's going to show up. He's a big-time player. He's a clutch player. And he's a winner. And this is when the cream rises to the top. We'll see what this team's about. I believe in him. Do you? What is your prediction for Knicks versus Pistons? Getting chills just thinking about it, man. Come on. Come on, Kat. Come on, Jalen. Come on, Mikal. We haven't talked about OG. OG, we need a lot out of you. We're going to need a Deuce McBride game. We're going to need Shamet to hit a couple of shots. What's your prediction? I don't have a lot of confidence in this team right now because they haven't given me a lot of confidence. I'm going off blind faith. But you have the better roster. You have the best player. You have the better coach. You have the experience. You should win this series. The Knicks do win this series. But I think it's going to be a lot harder than a lot of people think. I think it's going to be hard fought. There's going to be some scuffles. There may even be a fight or two. How about we beat them at their game? How about we play like we have New York across our chest? Give me Knicks in 6. Tibbs, lock in. We need you. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG at @MarshallGreen_. It's playoff time. It's time to get it rolling. Let's go Knicks.